just-in-time accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just in Time Accessories, or you can find her on YouTube at TheAnthonyBrownShow. That once again is Just in Time Accessories. Everything is only $5, nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just in Time Accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
The Shepherds HeartAME Church of Royal Palm Beach. Contemporary worship for this present age. At the Shepherds Heart, we're centered on Christ, focused on family, and united in love. We are a come-as-you-are church. No dress code, no judgment, no kidding. The Shepherds HeartAME Church, where the pastor is yours truly, Reverend Liam Sal. We're an out-of-the-box ministry. Come, break out of the box with us.
The Anthony Brown Show and the A.T.L Show now have merchandise available for purchase. You can purchase your merchandise at the link located in the description section below the video. We have male and female shirts, male and female tank tops, jerseys, hoodies, and onesies for your infants. Yes, everything you need in apparel, we have it here. The Anthony Brown Show, along with the A.T.L Show. The A.T.L Show shirts proudly say we are the blueprint, and the Anthony Brown shirts grind until you shine. Get yours today.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Anthony Brown Show. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I'm joined tonight with none other than the very beautiful, can't say pregnant no more, lip gloss is popping, Miss TeAma Sweetness.
Yay!
I'm also joined by the very bold, the very beautiful Miss T Savage.
Good evening, America.
And I'm joined by the fashionista himself, Mr. Shawty Doo-Wop.
A.T.L.
Legacy the Great.
A.T.L.
We're joined with special guests, the very beautiful, the very blonde, Jazmine Divine.
Hey. What it is?
How you doing?
I'm doing. How you doing?
Okay. Savon from the Savon Experience should be joining us shortly. So, and also Donnell and Lowe, they're running a tad bit late. But tonight's show, of course, is called Chatting with Friends, and is the last show of the month. And usually on the last show of the month, we really don't have any particular one topic for the entire evening. So we just talk about random stuff. And I have a few things that I want to talk about, and then we'll open the floor for and see what else any others would like to talk about as well, until we come to a close. But Chatting with Friends. Again, while we're getting ready, I just want to remind everybody, definitely hit the subscribe button. We're on our road to 5,000 subscribers. We have a special treat for you once we get there. hit the thumbs up, the like button. I appreciate that as much as possible, and definitely comment. If you comment below, we'll see your comments on the screen, and we will respond accordingly. Again, I'm The Anthony Brown Show. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, I think we lost somebody. There she is. TeAma, she's back. Miss Sweetness herself.
Legacy. You didn't notice I was missing, even though you left me.
I left you. I didn't leave you, Bill. I did not leave you.
Tony, are we in Orlando?
That part,
left, right? Okay. So I'm left. Okay.
TeAma, my bad. I
don't spill my mouth ears.
Somebody just came back from a trip from North Carolina, and I wasn't invited also.
You ain't see me address her ass in the last show, too?
That's what I did.
They been doing me wrong, Jazmine.
We want you to get on here all the way up.
Yes, we want you to rest. Rest up. You're going to need the energy for Vegas.
Ooh, y'all going to Vegas?
You know what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, yes. If I'm blessed enough to go on that trip, I'm going to act a pure fool when I get there.
I know you are.
Tell me.
Me too, if I go.
Oh.
Legacy, you better not go.
You got your grandson? Yeah.
You better not go.
So like, me and Bessie finna go. Me and Bessie finna clear it.
If Legacy go to Vegas, they're gonna rename the city.
When y'all going to Vegas?
What? Have place for us.
I leave out July 31st. I leave out July 31st and do not come back to August 7th.
Ooh.
I gotta find out when school start back, because I don't know.
When I got to be back is Junior. He's phenomenal.
Okay. Listen, I just wanted to I always have something I find randomly on Instagram or whatever as I'm scrolling through my Instagram, and I found 3 things I want to bring up, and I just want to discuss real quick before we continue the topic that we were discussing on the previous show. And by then, when we get to the discussion, which was pertaining to transgender, it was a transgender conversation. Savon will probably be on the show as well as Don Allen, so we can go from there. But here's something I wanted
Don Allen transgender now?
Shut up, shade.
That's what you said. I didn't say it. That's the worst thing about it.
I wasn't referring to them being transgender. I was referring to them being on the show, and it could add to the conversation.
Oh.
You took it there.
I did not. That's what y'all heard too, didn't y'all?
Jasmine,
Jasmine. See, that's what y'all heard too. That's what y'all heard too.
Jasmine, baby,
that's what y'all heard too.
See, your show is the night of shade. This is not that.
The hell it ain't.
Well, listen. How about this was in Atlanta, Georgia. There was this young lady. She graduated valedictorian from her school. So her brother at the time was a sophomore. So he said, well, if my sister could do it, I could do it too. And 2 years later, he graduated valedictorian. And they both have been accepted to about 10 different historically Black colleges and universities. So congratulations to both of them.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Black excellence.
Most of the one that's paying for everything, baby.
Okay. So I need to, show that. So I'm sure the news media is not promoting it.
Of course not. They don't want to see us doing well in these streets.
So we're gonna put it out there. And another thing that I saw on social media that I thought was quite interesting, and I was just baffled at some of the comments I was reading. But someone posted this comment, and I'm going to read it. Or my reader, you ready?
Sure. If my BD don't have 2 bedrooms in his apartment, I'm not sending my child over there. My child got their own room at my house. Why would I send them to sleep on a pull-out couch or air mattress at yours?
This is a situation where I guess I want to say a bitter mother. She, her and the father was no longer together, and I guess part of the separation, the father went out and got his own 1-bedroom apartment, but they still communicate and they co-parent. She don't want to send her child over to his house because he has a 1-bedroom. They want the child sleeping on a pull-out sofa, air mattress, or a sofa. So what do y'all feel about that? Can I ask a question? Sure.
Can I ask the question? Is the child a male or female? Is that been specified?
That wasn't specified, but
the only reason why I say that is that if it's a son going to visit his father and he's sleeping on the couch, even if it's a girl at a certain age, she's not of, maybe she's not of the age of puberty or whatever like that, and you're just now going through situations, it's kind of sort of hard to have everything that child needs, especially if that child's only over maybe once a month or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like if he's taking the initiative that he wants to be in a child's life, why block that child from being a part of that parent's life? That's not fair to me.
I
mean, we all slept on floors and stuff. We all slept on floors and stuff. Right. We all done slept on floors and stuff, and it ain't never did anything to us. So why they can't do the same thing? I mean, they're there for a weekend or maybe a night.
I feel like at that point, if it was me and I had a 1-bedroom and I was in a situation, I would take the sofa. My child's gonna always sleep in the bed. I don't give a damn. My baby ain't sleeping. I'm not knocking people that sleep on the floor. You like the floor, curl up on the concrete. Mine, you gonna be in the bed. I'm gonna be on the sofa, on the pull-out or whatever. As parents, we gotta sacrifice, even if that means letting them get our bed.
What you say, TeAma?
Kids don't care where they sleep, and they want to be with whoever that they love, and they don't really care about with kids.
See, that's right. That's a petty parent. Children don't care. If you got 5 children over to the house, and all turn, they'll put a blanket on the floor and all sleep on the floor.
We call that a pallet. We're gonna make a pallet down here.
Gonna make a big old pallet, and most of them do the sleepovers that way.
And let me tell you,
they have all little girlfriends, so they look guy friends.
On your floor.
I think it's different. It's a different situation when there's multiple kids there, as opposed to just one.
I mean,
go ahead, Legacy.
I mean, everybody got a good point. I just feel like with TeAma and Savage, I was gonna say what you said. I feel like if whatever a person's going to do, when they have their child coming over to stay, they can postpone it. You know what I'm saying? To where they can go a few days without being able to do what they normally would do, far as with their partner, significant other. So yes, I would definitely give up my bed for my daughter or my boys if they came over. But I'm just being honest, being a boy, being a male, I done slept over plenty of people's houses and didn't give a damn about getting in the bed because with all us snugged up again on the floor playing video games. All us snugged up on the floor.
I feel like in this instance,
kids don't care. I mean, especially if it's not a nasty house. Kids don't care if they sleep on no damn floor. They just want to be around who they want to be around.
Right.
So whoever put emphasis on even the courts say that as long as the place of residence is clean and have food, and that child and actually can shelter them, if that parent is willing to sacrifice his or her room for that elapsed period of time while that child is there, it's not against the law to have a 1-bedroom house and have your child sleeping on a pull-out couch.
I do feel like that's the situation that nowadays that we take it to the extreme that if you have one at one house, I go back to what I was just saying and which y'all have made fine points. As long as that child is comfortable and doing what they're doing, I mean, you're the one that's taking the stressing, because let's be realistic. If a child is at home and y'all are sitting up on the couch and y'all watching a movie and that child falls asleep on that couch, you're not going to disturb that child. You're just going to let that child stay where that child is. You're going to go and get in your bed and you're going to keep it moving. So what's the difference? To me, there's no difference other than you just trying to take and stir up dandruff for no reason.
Oh, not stir up dandruff.
You want to be evil mad with him.
Kamal said, as a child wanted to be with my dad, I fell asleep in an abandoned building with no electricity and no running water, with friendly crawlers just to be with my dad.
The reason why I brought this
kids
up,
want to be with the parent that they want to be with.
The reason why I brought this up because I know a friend of mine. He just recently separated from his girlfriend. They've been together 8 or 9 years, and they were living together at her place. So when they separated, he went out and got his own place. So he got a 1-bedroom. A week or two later, he got all his furniture. But in his living room, he has 2 sofas. His bedroom, he has a full bedroom set, a king size bed, you know, a lounger and everything in his bedroom. So his daughter, 4 years old, and his stepdaughter, which is her daughter, not his, is I think 14. They came to spend the night. So they both slept on the sofa. But he had asked his daughter, the 4-year-old, baby, do you want to come sleep in the bed with daddy? She says, no, I'm gonna sleep out here with sister on the sofa. So daddy's like, okay, fine, no problem. So he went and got in his bed. So she ran in the room and hugged him and kissed him and says, daddy, just because I don't sleep with you don't mean I don't love you. And as a 4-year-old, I thought that was so cute. I was like, oh. So she ran in the room and slept with her sister. The next night, a 14-year-old sister stayed home with the mother, but the 4-year-old, which is his daughter, came back to his house. So again, he asked, baby, are you gonna sleep, you know, on the sofa tonight like a big girl? She was like, I don't know. So he says, well, you sleep with daddy. She goes, okay. And she ran and jumped in the bed with daddy because the sister wasn't there anymore.
Right.
So
it's different when you on that sofa by yourself out there in the front room with nobody there. It's a little scary.
It didn't matter to them as kids whether they slept on the sofa or whether they slept in the room. Because she was 4, but she wanted to sleep on the sofa because her sister was there.
Right.
You know. So I think in this situation where the parent was saying, because he doesn't have a designated room for that child, I think she was just being petty.
She's doing the most. She's doing the most.
Most likely. As long as the child is having fun.
He should get that child.
As long as
for a whole bedroom.
Right. As long as the child is having fun, the child is fed, the child is taken care of. You know, he may not be able to afford a 2-bedroom at this time because of the fact maybe it's finances, but he's paying his child support. Like all of those things you have to factor in. Because like you said, kids don't need a whole lot of stuff. I mean, they can play with a damn stick and be just as happy with anything else as long as they're enjoying themselves. However, if there's a situation where the child is uncomfortable and the child does feel in danger and the child doesn't want to be around, those are things that you've got to take into account.
Right.
You know, you have to. But as long as the child is happy and they're excited, it don't matter if the parents are getting along and all. It ain't about them anymore.
Nope. Period.
Let me ask a question. Let's just say you got an ex and y'all got a kid together, but the ex is living with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Same situation, sort of thing. Would you be okay with your ex giving up his bed for your baby to get in it, but the stepmama is in the bed with your child?
So I have a problem with that. No, I don't think the stepmama. No. You at this point now you got to live in, and I'm gonna respect the fact that you got to live in. So I'm gonna need you to go on and get you a 2-bedroom, because with both incomes, y'all need to be able to get 2 bedrooms. If y'all can't, both of y'all get you a pull-out couch. You know, because sometimes you might have a couch. You know, the couch turn into a bed. Do that, and either or sleep with it. But you know, all this other little shit now. Mm-mm.
I had it out with my ex. Baby, where you slept? In the bed with what? What?
Nope.
See,
nope.
I'll be up under jail.
No, we're not doing that.
You know I acted a donkey and a monkey.
She need to take her happy ass. She, he, him, them need to take their happy ass outside on the couch too, and let that baby have their bed. This is
Yeah.
why.
I have a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine that has a child, a son, of a son, and whenever the son comes to town, the child has their own bed, but sometimes the child will go get in the bed with the step parent. The child would just go get in the bed with the step parent because they see that as the other parent, the other mother.
Right.
So the child will go get in the bed with the other parent. Sometimes the biological father is still asleep, and the stepmom will even get up sometime, and before you know it, they're going out, going to get their nails done, going to get their hair done, shopping, doing all this and all that, and that's a step parent.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What's wrong with that? I mean, it's a package deal. Like I said, the child is happy. I mean, and if a child gets up and she's like, I don't want to sleep with I don't want to sleep by myself, and they want to go, that's one thing, because it's still about the child's decision and the child's choice,
Right.
And if you're going to the salon and getting things done, make sure you know what that other parent, what their likes, dislikes, or the rules are about the child's hair. If the child is natural, don't put a relax in it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. Okay, because you already know
move
she said, oh, it's a fight.
I sent her with an afro and she got a
You send her, if you want to give her some nice little braids, it's not too tight, that's cute, but still it's a discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Savon.
It's a discussion.
Savon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the show, but I actually won my child custody thing about a week ago. And thanks God. And it was God, and then I represented myself, and we went in there and got it done. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
That's funny because what the judge stipulated is that when it comes to hairstyles, and I had an issue with hairstyles because my daughter is 9 and she likes little funky stuff like purple hair and pink hair. She like to be extravagant, and I'm really not ready for that. As a father, I'm not ready for all that other, stuff. I don't want none of that right now.
You want Lakim? You ain't ready for Lakim?
I mean, but you gotta meet her halfway. Maybe she can get a little. Okay. I'm gonna let you finish. Sorry. Okay.
So I brought that up,
Mm-hmm.
and the judge told me when my daughter gets her hair done and her mother pays for it or do it, she do what she want to do. And if I had my daughter and if her mama wanted my daughter to go all natural and I decided to put a perm in it for my daughter, ain't nothing she could do about it.
I didn't say it was anything they need to do about it, but you starting a war, and why? You got to make a decision. Is it worth the fight? Like sometimes people do shit intentionally to prove a point, and is it worth it? A relaxer versus natural hair, that's a big move. That's not something that you can revert back to. So I still think it needs to be a discussion, regardless of what right you have.
Well, I mean, in the beginning, you don't want to say, okay, it ain't about rights, because it is, because men don't have rights. The only way a man have his rights in the very beginning of a child being born is if he's married to the woman when the child comes into the world.
Maybe in Florida, not here, not in Tennessee, but maybe in Florida. As long as you sign that birth certificate, you automatically have rights.
Hold on. There's a difference now. Hold on. There's a difference in, you can sign birth certificates here in West Palm Beach or in the state of Georgia. You can sign it and become a permanent person that has to pay child support. But that does not give you your right. There are people who are paying child support that does not have weekend visits or stipulations that are already set that they get to get their kids.
Well, that's I feel like that's on them. They can change that shit.
Yeah, they can, but it's a process. But I shouldn't have to go through the process. If this is my child, I should automatically have those rights.
But here's the thing. I feel like you do automatically have those rights. Some people just have to be made to acknowledge those rights. And that's when you go to court and you make sure that everybody, even that other parent, acknowledge it. Because now you got a court order that says it's not your choice. So there's a difference between having the rights and versus someone wanting you to have the ability to get your child. You have the right. But in order, with this being a civil thing, you have to get it on paper. I don't think you should have to, but you have to. Just like some people have to get putting child support on paper, because if they don't have it on paper, they ain't gonna do it. I'm just saying.
I agree with you, but I was just surprised because I was like trying to argue my point of I'm just not ready for my little girl.
Yeah.
To make that. To me that's a drastic change in her life for me, because I believe there are sick people out there that look at little girls. So I try to keep my daughter as innocent looking and young, but she loves to have these colors. She loves it.
Yeah, I think you'll have to find. I think when now you're more involved, I believe you will creatively find a way that will maintain her innocence, maintain her youthfulness, maintain the 9-year-old in her, and then have a little bit. It ain't got to be all over the head. You just got to get you a stylist, a hairstylist that's gonna be right there with you, that's gonna help her feel like she's able to express herself a little bit. But you absolutely right. Whether she's in pigtails, whether it be black, blue, or purple, those same people you talking about, they're gonna look regardless. They don't care about all that.
Right.
And you still gonna have to protect her. Yeah, you still gonna have to protect her because they're vultures. She could be nappy. She could be whatever you think is the direct opposite of what they're gonna look at, and it's not even about that. It's the fact that she's 9 years old. For some predators.
That's right.
It's just like a balancing act with anything. It's definitely a balancing act. I was going to say that. That once you get to the point, because you want to be a part of a child's life, your child's life. But there's some men out there, they may sign the documentation, and that's all it is. It's just something for them to do. But since you are active, that's something that y'all have to, as adults, come to an agreement on where y'all go from there. And certain drastic changes like that, you have to find that balance, that whatever works out.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that's the society that we're in.
I didn't let my daughter get color till she was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
I mean, and they got I got kids with purple hair, blue hair, green hair, but it's not a full head. It's they just blended in with a couple of colors. It's not like a full head. Your child coming to school with hook of red, in a hair. It ain't like that.
And legacy that you can also take and compromise by taking in getting like the little clip-in pieces, so it doesn't really mess with her hair, either get the braids that has like the colors into it, so it's not messing with her hair, it's not damaging her hair, but it's a compromise. She's still able to, like Savon said, she's still able to express what she wants to express. She's still doing her thing, but it's not damaging her hair. But you have to find those hairstylists that understand that. Don't do anything extra to my baby hair. This is where I want you to stay in the perimeter, but it's got to be a balancing act between the parents too.
And congratulations! Oh my God, you finna get some payback, Oh, the shit you did to the heifers, baby. You got a little girl now.
Kamal said, too many rules. Let's parent and co-parent healthy and safe as humanly possible. Let's make the situation as comfortable as possible for the children, and let's have some fun raising our children.
You are absolutely right. And the child needs to have fun. Don't do shit just because you trying to be petty. Don't do shit, and you ain't really spending no time with them when they in your custody. You too busy trying to get your Mac on with folks. Nigga, you got time to do that every other fucking weekend. When your child is there, go plan you a trip somewhere with the little theme park with the mask and shit. Do some shit with your children. I ain't gonna lie, that gets on my goddamn nerve. Your girlfriend been over there all goddamn week for 2 weeks. Let her raggedy ass go home and spend some time with your goddamn child. I know it feel like this is really centered towards somebody, and it is. So if it's you, put your hands out and say you receive.
Cordell says, A.T.L, what's happening?
What it is, Cordell. But Savon, read that for right quick, Savage.
Kamal said, legacy, you on your own with that hair. I did ponytails twists and hair clips till that hair started growing. And I then had to let mama have it. You one brave brother.
You know what? But I know some men out there
Miss
that can
Millie
throw
said,
down.
"Good evening, ATL family and friends."
Good
What's up,
evening.
man? What you say, bro?
Kamal said, "Congratulations on the new books."
It's a lot of men out there that can take and slay the hair too.
Oh,
so if you
yeah.
My
necessarily
daddy
one or
did
the other.
ponytails on us.
Okay.
My dad did our ponytails. He sure did. I hated when he did them. When he did them.
You know, I
Well,
told my friend last week, I think, or maybe it was Tuesday, I think I told him about it. And
Kamal said, yeah, to new family editions.
But
that's for TeAma.
Yes,
T.
TeAma.
But I told them that, you know, being in court, and it was virtual, but to
it was?
Yeah, it was virtual. Ain't no unless you're dealing with like armed robbery, murder, or something like that here in West Palm Beach, tickets and things, you know, you pretty much gonna do everything virtual.
Oh.
So we did it virtual, and to hear her tell the judge, you know, that my daughter told her that she loves spending time with her dad, but don't want to stay. Just want to come see me and then leave.
Lies.
And that really hurt me because I knew that was a lie, because there's never a time that my daughter has ever come down here and never enjoys herself. She spends times with me. She spends times with other family members. And, you know, so I spoke with my daughter, and I have a great relationship with my daughter. And me and my daughter, Tony, them will tell you, she comes on here too sometimes, Savon, y'all. And she's the #1 A.T.L fan. And
I hate when people get in the middle of relationships, whether it's the father or the mother. Let that child not have to feel like they have to choose. Let them be able to have a relationship with both.
That's some petty mess.
Kids don't say stuff.
Right.
You
That's
show
some
some
petty
stuff
mess.
your kids say you can't take personal. My daughter told me before she wanted to move with her daddy. Bye.
And she was probably mad because you wouldn't let her do something.
Right. And I started packing the bag. She said, no, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to go. I don't want to. Oh, okay. Because I was packing your shit.
You can go.
So listen. So now this weekend,
Cordell said
I go to get her, right?
No, she related to Bam Bam.
So what is the arrangement? Are you getting it for the summer? Are you getting it like
no,
how?
What happens is originally all I did was beg my kid's mom to let me get my daughter every other weekend. Just try to be as cordial as I could. It was times from 2019. In 2019, I probably saw my daughter the equivalent. I'm not saying when I say 20 times, I'm not talking 20 separate times. I'm talking about she may have came and stayed with me and spent 4 days. Then I may have missed her for 2 months. Not because I wanted to miss her for 2 months, because her mama wouldn't bring her to me. Or we couldn't meet at a neutral site. And then she'll bring her, she might stay another 4 days. So let's say every quarter, I might spend 3.5 days with my daughter for the year. So that happened from 2019 to 2020. And in October, I just got tired of dealing with it. So I went ahead and put in the paperwork. But I went to pick up my daughter for the first time yesterday. And on everything I love, I parked my car, and my daughter's 9. I parked my car across from, halfway in the middle of the parking lot away from her mama's vehicle.
Right.
Savon, by the time I got out, Jazmine, y'all, by the time I got out of my truck and was walking to go get her, I see somebody sprinting across the damn parking lot, hollering daddy. Running past people, everything hollering daddy. Jump up in my arm, hug me, and then we go get her bag, and then we go and get in my car. And I'm like, I don't know what child really don't love spending time with whatever parent, and that's the reaction you get from a child who told
Absolutely.
you that they don't like spending time with their daddy. This ain't the first time. Go ahead, Jazz.
You might have
I just
coached
want to
that.
say what the whole situation sound like to me, that she's bitter about something and she's trying to be vindictive and using your child as a pawn, which is not fair. And as adults, if we don't get out of our way, our children's way, when it comes down to the children, what you sow with that child and what that child see you doing, you gonna get it back. Because one day you gonna need that child to be there to wipe and clean your tail up, and they gonna leave you in that same predicament that you left them in, with that hurt, that pain, and that's that same stuff that they take and they grow up and they see it in childhood, and then when they grow up and they feel like that's what's supposed to be real love, that you take and you disrespect your partner, that you take and talk down to your partner, you say all kind of mannerisms to that person that's trying to show you genuine love, because you never received that type of genuine love. You need love from both parents, not only from the father, but from the mother too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel sorry for you having to go through that foolishness, but whoever she is, do we need to handle her for you?
No.
As a friend.
I ain't getting involved. No, ma'am.
I said as a friend.
Involved in that. It sounds like it sounds like somebody ain't done with the dingling, and don't you get involved. You stay in your lane, girl. You let them deal with
you
that.
right. You right. Thank you for talking me off that edge.
Hold on. I appreciate it, but let me tell y'all what's crazy. When I told Tony this, y'all finna watch this now. Watch what happened. We went to court on the 10th of May.
Okay.
On the 11th of May, the 12th of May, I received a text back from the judge. I mean, an email from the judge. And I'm like, I know damn well, judge ain't made no decision that fast. So I goes in. Maybe.
Legacy. Your daughter is going to hate her mother when she gets older, for real. That's what Cordell said.
People don't understand there's repercussions.
Well, you know, Cordell, I'm gonna say this.
That resentment is really gonna be more like resentment. She gonna resent her.
Yeah. But this is what I'm gonna say. Even in the midst, as many great mothers across America and across the world, the vast majority of y'all stand in the gap for a lot of shortcomings that us men bring to the table. You know, as many Christmases that y'all, buy Christmas stuff and write daddy's name on it, knowing damn well we ain't paid for it. And
that was my mama.
To just hold the image of the father in the child's head and heart.
I did the same thing for a while.
So
you said you did the same thing.
I did.
So
girl, don't forget this, because she gonna figure out who he is eventually. I ain't gonna do all that.
Yes, right.
So
that's right.
So family, I just try to even I try to never. When I say never, I've never uttered one thing to my daughter or my other boys, my older boys, by her about anything pertaining to court, because that's an adult situation.
Right.
Kia said, hold on. Kia said, what did he do for the mom to act like that? He put their tea down.
And then he took it away.
Yes. Go give me that meat and take it back and make me a vegetarian.
Indian giving ass nigga. Indian giving ass nigga.
Indian giving. Oh my God.
Excuse you.
Y'all crazy. But I'ma always, even with the shenanigans, like y'all ladies say, my daughter will get older and she'll start seeing it clearly. But as far as it being from my end, I'm never going to be that dude that talk that way about my daughter's mom, because when it comes to outside of that, she's a great woman. And what I may say to her is totally different than what I may say around or about her to my kids. She may talk in a crazy way, but do you know after court?
He sound like he know who you talking about.
Me and Cordell ain't never even met each other. This crazy ass.
He knows I ain't done shit. She just crazy as fuck. Oh Lord.
But let me tell you what she did. I didn't know that on the 11th
Here we go.
After court, the crazy ass girl went and emailed the judge
directly
after the hearing and told the judge herself that, you know, I know, Your Honor, that I said I was okay with him getting her every 2 weeks. Why he still, cause what before I go, what the judge granted me was every 2 weeks I'll get my daughter.
Right.
Weekends we'll split summers, winter breaks, Thanksgiving, and all of that. All of that is shared.
He give you the standard what you should have been having to begin with.
But he also it was a black female judge. She also gave me the right that if I was to move closer to where my daughter within 15 minutes or 20, I think it's 30 minutes away from my daughter, every I get my daughter for a whole week,
every other week.
Every month.
Oh, every month a week? Oh, cute.
That's right. And see, she told the judge she didn't want me to have that. And the judge, but she went back and told the judge in the email out the court that she preferred for me to only have my daughter once a month. And let me tell you, the judge.
I mean, but you gotta say why. Like, why? Like
she just my daughter have told me she love her father, she loves spending time with him. She just don't want to spend the night. Mr. Williams got he have too many women. She lied and tried to say I financially didn't support my daughter, and then what she didn't realize is
we all got together.
In the 38-page documents that I turned into the court as evidence, one of them was a itemized copy sheet of what I've spent from 2017 to 2021, and every Western Union and every MoneyGram that I have ever sent to her from 2017 to 2021.
You better work, damn it. That's how you do it.
So when she went to saying that I financially didn't help support my child, the judge said, well, did you get all the documents that Mr. Williams turned into the court? And she was like, yes. She was like, you ain't see page 37? And she was like, they said the financial part. She said, how could you get in court and say that he doesn't financially support his child when he's already from 2017 to 2021 have almost transferred you through the system over $5,000-$6,000. But I don't know what he's gave you hand to hand. So those are things that when she texted the judge this, I remember I read it to Tony, and the judge told her, this right here is a very improper thing that you're doing, and it's illegal. I advise you to never do it again.
Yeah.
See, baby, I don't send gifts when I'm not with you. I send child support.
So wait, the judge said that her contacting her was illegal.
It was, yeah. She cannot compromise.
Did she not have a? Did she have a judge? Did she have a lawyer? Is she?
No, we both did this pro se.
Okay, but a lawyer can reach out to the judge or to the court. To the court.
Right. We have already had trial. The only thing we was waiting on now was the judge to render a decision.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta wait. You can't do all that other shit. Not even your lawyer can.
Not even once the judge goes in the chamber to render decisions, there's nothing else you can say to the judge ex parte. So the judge told her if she was to reach out to her this way again, she would find herself in sanction and could be fined in a contempt of court and facing a year in jail.
Okay, that's excessive. A year in jail, girl. That's too much. Give her a little. I mean, a year in jail. I mean, girl, come on. She was basically telling her, "Bitch, I'm sick of your shit." But a year in jail, though, girl, for that girl. These judges and over sentencing is getting on my last nerve. They spend more on the jail than you do anything else, girl. Take it easy, Geraldine.
On what Jazmine was saying earlier. Piggyback on what Jazmine said. Jazmine said, legacy, basically it's still your responsibility to make the child safe and protect her.
Yeah.
And on that note, let me tell y'all something. This girl knows how crazy her daddy is. One time she was in trouble in a situation, I think it was in school. A little boy pushed her. She pushed the boy back.
Right. And she should have.
She was like, please don't tell my daddy, because he's gonna come and kill him.
Oh.
Please don't tell my daddy.
It was a little white boy at the daycare she was going to in Cape Coral. He had them pushed her down and kept pushing her arm up. So the next day he tried to do it again and she fought him. Now it's a problem because she fought him and popped little Tommy in the eye.
Oh.
So
why wasn't it a problem with little Tommy messing with her?
Right, it wasn't a problem then. So what happened was she popped the little boy in his eye. He hollered. Now they want to talk to her mama.
So, ain't no more talking. Ain't no talking. You didn't talk when Tommy was messing with her. we call it learn lessons. So move on.
So you hit that brick wall. Now you know for the future.
You didn't call when he was messing with her, so act like you don't have a phone now.
So what happened? Say, well, my daughter, her mama coming to the after school program to get her, and you know they just, well, we need to speak to you about Anaya. Anaya hit little Tommy, so Anaya was like, Mama, excuse me, no, he was bullying me, and he do it every day, so I got tired of it. So yeah, when he tried to bully me today, I punched him in his eye. So,
I bet he ain't about with it no more.
No more. He got his lesson in after school. I got that same ass whooping in 3rd grade. I ain't messed with that girl no more. So he got his early. I got mine too late. But so what happened was the little lady was trying to tell my kid's mama, you know, well, if this happened again, she was like, well, I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna have to notify her daddy about what went on.
Oh.
My daughter said, no, I'm talking right here in front of these white people now. No, mama, no. My daddy's gonna murder him. You don't say that in front of these white folks.
Girl, she told her truth.
Listen, that little girl told him, no, my dad is going to murder him. I was just like, Naya, you can't tell people no stuff like this. Well, you told me you would kill somebody if they do something to me.
Well, they listen out of the mouths of babes.
Okay.
Oh, that's biblical. Yeah.
That's why you have
that was her truth. You do. I'm just glad to hear that you guys have that relationship. That's beautiful. It is not common. I wish it was more common. Because mothers and fathers need to be that to their children. They don't need to be exes and baby daddies and baby mamas and baby mammies. Don't do that. It's about the kid. The kid needs to have that balanced life.
It's the baby mammy for me.
It's the baby mammies and the baby pappies for me because they do the most. I've witnessed. All of my friends who are no longer with they children's parents. I've seen it, and I just be looking at them like, I'm so glad that I've had my ties, my tubes clipped, burned, and removed.
Let me tell you,
I'm glad you have to.
Catching a donkey. If my child's father decide to take my kid around a bitch he know I don't like. If you know we don't like each other and you take my kid anywhere near her, baby, we didn't like each other before the kid, so you better know with the kid I kill both of y'all.
Ooh. Like
if they take the child around somebody they know you don't like, they fucking with you. They deserve whatever energy they gonna get because they know right from wrong.
Look like you was just looking off camera at whoever it was that you needed to talk to.
You know right from wrong. That's that petty that you adding fuel to that fire. And be careful of the fires that you start because you cannot control how they burn.
You sure can't. That's okay.
Moving right along. Mr.
It's Legacy face.
Legacy. I just want to know, do you, as a man, when you sit down or bend over, does your shirt ever come untucked?
From the back?
Like when you tuck in your pants, you tuck a shirt in your pants, does it ever come untucked? Okay. Well, they've created this new fashion shirt that's just for men that allows your pants.
Not a damn onesie.
To come.
Where's he going with this? I'm like, I know you can lie. That's a bodysuit.
I know you lie, girl. That's a bodysuit, baby. Yeah, that's a. Where the diaper at?
That's a onesie.
I got one of them on right now.
Gift for you. That's gonna be a part of one of your gifts.
So I was
definitely a onesie.
Legacy, would you wear that, Legacy?
Fuck no.
Yeah, no.
Why not? Ain't nobody trying to see your booty crack. Is it because you got to look? Is it because you have to look, Legacy? Is it because you have to effeminately unsnap the middle to take it off to use the restroom? You know you can just take
too much pressure on that meat.
You can put it off to the side and pee on the side. You can whip it out the sides.
It's probably too much pressure on that meat. Squeezing
I'm not gonna pull no panty to the side to slide and nothing.
That ain't no panty. So a friend told me that you can pull your meat out to the side.
Listen.
Take that bodysuit and pull that meat off to the side.
I'm short in stature, right? I'm short in stature. So my torso is not that long. So
it's like
I am an extra large in t-shirts, but I can fit a 2X. So the length of the 2X, I can tuck it in my shorts or my shirt. So if I bend over, I still ain't showing nothing. So I'm good.
So you're not giving us no plumber's crack.
No.
I see you wearing the jeans that show that butt crack.
Hey, Jazmine. The drummist in the choir needed one of those on. The drum in the choir in that video,
I know you talking about,
shake, baby. That booty meat on top was
first of all, she wouldn't be able to take it even clamp it together, baby, because I'm quite sure it clamps in the center.
Savon, would you get one of those for Bay?
Yeah, if he wanted one, I don't feel like it's emasculating at all. All thing I'm gonna do is slide it off to the side and do what I gotta do.
I gotta go.
As long as I can get to it, I don't care. As a matter of fact, I might like the bowls in the front. It might be turned up. It might return. Oh, look at that package. Yes, come on, fruit basket.
Bananas and oranges. Bananas and oranges.
Huh?
How would I want? That's nothing about it turn me on.
Is a no for you?
It's a no for me all the way around the board. I buy one for me and Anya.
Okay.
Wow.
No, back in the days when
Tony, are you gonna get one, Tony?
Fill it up.
Are you gonna get one, Tony?
Look, you done turn the camera off. Avatar time.
There's your already bought one.
Good night.
That means I bought one.
Oh.
You got your thigh highs to go with it, Tony?
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, baby, get you some old fishnets, honey.
Get some red thigh high boots and call me Lola.
I think that's a cute idea though, for real. Like, I don't think it's emasculating, like for real, I don't.
I'm gonna go into a commercial, then we're gonna come back and talk about the topic that we had talked about a couple days ago.
Ooh.
Make sure you go over to goalie.com and get your goalie gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to goaliegummies.com, make sure you use the A.T.L as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's goalie.
Just-in-time accessories definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just-in-Time Accessories, or you can find her on YouTube at TheAnthonyBrownShow. That once again is Just-in-Time Accessories. Everything is only $5. Nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just-in-time accessories definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
Here's the baby.
Yeah.
Hey, godmama, baby. Hey, Jazmine.
Hey, to Legacy.
Oh, shut your ass up now.
Oh,
Never leave a lie.
oh.
Did he call that baby to legacy?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Welcome back to the second part, the second half of the show. We're going to get into the good. Last show that we had, we got into a discussion that almost got into a fight, but it was so good. It was so good. I said, let's continue that show Friday on Chatting with Friends, so that we could bring friends on that can further elaborate on the topic. So Legacy brought it up. So Legacy, take it away.
Oh Lord, I'm nervous.
God dang, say.
I'm nervous.
Well, you know, I think it was Tuesday we had a discussion. Because I had been seeing a lot of posts on social media about people having issues with transgender women participating in women's sports. And I was telling the crew that, you know, from the perspective of me looking at it, I think that, you know, people are being really messed up on their decision making, because I agree that if this person lives a transgender woman life and you're saying that we are to accept this individual as a woman, or whether we are to accept this individual as a male, that they are to be able to participate in those sports, because the same individuals who are protesting with the transgender to be able to have these rights to be accepted and to be looked upon as women, the vast majority of them starts to have problems with transgenders, especially like middle school and high school women are having issues with transgender women, because they're now competing in the women's sports and they can't no longer dominate the sport because this person has transformed himself to herself, and now it's a problem. And now you're saying, oh, transgender women shouldn't be able to compete in women's sports. I'm for, if I have to accept a transgender woman as a woman and respect his or her decision that this is how they want to live their life, then I also can accept them participating in that same sex division that they transferred into.
Okay, so let me clear up one or two things that you stated. Whenever you're using the terminology, you're using it for both of them. You're not just saying for the trans woman or the trans man, correct? Because there's both sexes that take in,
Correct.
you know. Okay, so I got that part because I was like, well, I do also feel like that if we're being socially inclusive on accepting a person for what they feel and how they are predetermined or they're living their life, I do feel like that it should be inclusive on all aspects of it. If not, they should then take and make a actual, Olympic or sports section for trans. If that's what they want to do, if they do not want to allow them to be a part of the cis community with that. But with that being said, I feel like that is doing nothing but furthering, separating
That's what it's doing.
all the way down the middle. Because if you're fighting for equality to be seen and to be heard, and we are trying to live a life that is normal for us, not necessarily normal for the hetero or the cis, then why could you not be inclusive and involved with that? Because you can't say that you can't go to a trans bar if you're cis, you know, it's the same thing. I like that. Either make it inclusive, or if it's going to be a separate, it's going to be a separate. Regardless, it's a lot of people that don't see it that's that, because a lot of people still say, well, if it's born a man, it's born a man, and if it's born a woman, it's born a woman, which is not true. That's my perception of it.
Let me say two things, and I said this last week or the last show. Trans is how I see and perceive myself. It's not how I physically look. Correct? Is that true? Yes.
It can be both. Yes.
Because,
both.
Yeah. Because I've seen a person that looks like this, full beard, but he said he was a trans woman. Okay. So he saw himself as a woman. He felt that he was a female. Mm-hmm. So trans is based on how you see yourself, not based on how the world see you. Correct.
There is an aspect of it, but are they asking in this general rule? Are they distinguishing the difference between medical transition or not? Well, because you make a point, but you make a point. If you're going where I think you're going, you're making a point. But I could also argue that with, what about these big burly ass, masculine ass, gladiator type women out there, honey, who's competing against other women who ain't gladiator women? You can say, bitch, y'all gladiators, y'all can't compete because y'all have a disadvantage on me because you can lift 5,000 pounds and I can only lift 200. Like, it's right. The same thing, because you get into strength at that point. What they're saying is that a trans woman is physically stronger than a genetic cis woman.
No, what I was getting at, I was just basically trying to educate the world on the definition.
It can be both. So you definitely have to dissect the definition when you're looking at this ruling and this law they're trying to put in place. I always challenge it. It's kind of slippery, but I always challenge it with, okay, so I can be in the same category. Let's say I haven't transitioned and I'm competing against someone in a sport who's stronger than me. They're stronger than me. Okay, bitch, go to the gym and work out. It's a competition, so you have to compete. If we're, I know there's levels to it. There are weight classes and things like that. Okay, for your weight class, you want to be the best you can be for that weight class.
That's right.
Period.
This part I didn't understand. This part that I didn't understand, and so did Donella. And it became confrontational. And again, and the question was asked like 2 or 3 different ways. Like Legacy asked, I didn't have an issue with a trans woman going into the ladies' restroom.
Mm-hmm. You said you do?
I don't have a problem with that. No. So, so you're allowed to go into the ladies' restroom because physically and visually, to me, you appear to be a woman. And at the same token, women have individual stalls, so everybody's protected anyway. What I had the issue was if a trans woman has not had the operation, which means you have testosterone still running through your body, you still have the strength of a man. Although visually you're beautiful as a girl, you're competing against girls. So you have the advantage because you still have the strength of a man.
I don't know, because I know some strong girls. I know some strong women. I can't say that, honey. I know a few that can dust and bust my ass, period, honey. And I'm so damn weak and fragile. So,
but then not necessarily. But then not necessarily, because if you take a look at it from a medical standpoint, now if they're just appearing, dressing, and that's what they're going by, but they have not medically started, because when you medically start, it breaks down the muscles and the tissues to replace it with fat. So you have to understand it is a very big difference between saying that you're medically transitioning or you're just transitioning because that's the way you feel, but you're not going through any process to do it. Because if you do it and you're doing it the black market way without hormones and you're getting silicone and stuff pumped into you, yes, true enough, you may physically still maintain that same strength. But if you medically start doing it, it breaks down your tissues and everything. So there's a very big difference.
Okay, see, that's why I wanted y'all here to educate me, because being part of the LGBTQ, XYZ, ABCDEFG community,
yes, the alphabet and the numbers, yes, God.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm not perceived as or spewing wrong information. You know,
well, and we're in the alphanumeric community.
Alphanumeric community. I like that.
When the alphanumeric community, because you know that's where we're going. It's gonna keep adding to it. You are entitled to still have your own opinion, and I don't want people to feel like to be right you have to always think alike. Like you don't. I just want them to think logically. Like even in the I don't like using cisgender because a lot of women don't like it anyway, but even in the cisgender community, you're going to have different strengths, like different capabilities regardless. I mean, you know, it's just going to have to happen. And if you're competing in a sport, you just going to have to make sure you that bitch, you that bomb one. It's just it. You know, that's it. You got to be that bitch. And if you're not that bitch, then you're not that bitch. If suddenly Susan can come in and take you out, bitch, then I'm sorry. You need to work harder.
Right. That's the same thing whenever you go into boxing, because boxing has different weight classes. Like wrestling has different weight classes. You have featherweight, you have lightweight, you have the medium, then you have the heavyweight, you have the super heavyweight. So if you ain't on that level, then you need to drop down a class or two so you can get to where you can fit in when you get in.
I had an issue with a couple of years back. I don't know if y'all remember in the news. There was a girl that wanted to be in the Boy Scouts. And
I remember that.
Her mom took it to court and hired a lawyer and everything, and she actually won. So now this girl was allowed to become a Boy Scout.
Was she transitioning? Was she transitioning, or she just wanted to be in the Boy Scouts?
It was the girl who just originally wanted to be in the Boy Scout.
And she wasn't one of us.
And the reason why she was doing it is because the Girl Scouts wasn't doing the shit she wanted to do. She wanted to go camping and shit in woods. She didn't want to put on no goddamn brownie dress and sell no goddamn cookies. She wanted to sell popcorn.
She wanted to travel
some milk and cookies, okay?
Right. She didn't want to be talking about, would you like to buy some cookies? No, bitch, let's go camping. Show me how to make a fire and tie this rope and shoot and hunt deer. Like,
and tie me up.
He in training to be old bull.
But listen, so what happened after that, there was a boy. Because of that, him and his family tried to do the same thing about the Girl Scouts.
And he got denied.
And got denied, they say. And he at this time, I think the little boy was like 8, but he enjoyed what his older sister was doing through the Girl Scouts. And it was frowned upon for him wanting to be in the Girl Scouts. And it's like we was talking about it Tuesday. We was talking about if a woman right now decided that she wanted to train, and like you said, Savon and Jazmine, there are some strong ass women. I met one in the 3rd grade.
Ooh, and she gathered you.
I'm still gathered.
The dump you in a trash can and everything. That's the problem.
So listen. So there are women that condition themselves, especially like now the young ladies that are out there now. I'll be watching the track stars and things. I mean, as great as Florence Griffin Joyner was as a female athlete, oh man, from Marion Jones to the young lady that's racing now that's representing America, Ashlyn something, but she's great too. Those women could outrun, out-sprint, out anything the average man can do. Because like you say, they condition and train themselves to be the best that they can be. But what opened my mind to it, I was watching, at first it started about, it was 2 transgender female that was on the same track team. And they was respected in the high school as women, young little women, and till track season came, when nobody on the track and field in the women division could beat them. Now they coming in gold and silver. So now the people saying, "Oh my God, he still got testosterone in his calves and all this and that." So it caused a problem. They couldn't do anything legally because they would be infringing on those 2 transgender females' right. So they started a news frenzy about it. So that same year at the same school, one of those females was on the wrestling team for the women. And now the crazy thing was they showed the parents rallying. Now these parents, this white family was rallying early up in the year for that child to have the right to be a transgender in the school. Up until
the same ones dogged them out.
Up until that man and woman daughter had to wrestle that transgender female for the state championship to go play for the national championship in wrestling. It was a 30-second wrestling match. They locked up. She picked her up, power slammed her. Boom! When she power slammed that little white girl on the floor,
it's the nuts for me.
Her elbows exploded. and the police had to restrain the dad from coming onto the mat because the girl was out cold.
I mean, so this is why I say I get it. Like I'm not gonna act like I don't understand where people are coming from. I get it because me being the female that I am, baby, if that was my niece out there and she was out there wrestling one of my sisters, bitch, put me in. No, ma'am, put me in. So I get it.
Hey, that WWE, tag me.
Well, you not now. Well, bitch, she ain't got a dig. Hold on, no. I mean, I'm trying to be as politically correct as I can, but sometimes it takes it happening to you to one of your own for you to understand where people are coming from. Now, I don't want anyone to be mistreated. I have most certainly been, automatically, disqualified because of me being trans. However, if you put my niece in there with my trans sis, niece, come on. No, ma'am. Because you're not going to mess up your back messing around with suddenly Susan. No, ma'am. Come on. Come on. I'm not doing it. And I say that respectfully, but it is what it is. But I get it. So it's a tricky subject for me. So I really don't talk about it because I'm like, oh, girl. And plus, I was never an athlete. However, you got girls that's out there playing football too. So I mean, I feel like I'm just saying, girl.
Savon, do you think it's okay? Do you think it's okay for a woman to join a fraternity?
Okay, so I think it's okay.
And do you think it's okay for a male to join a sorority?
Yeah, they do it all the time. The AKAs was mad at the girls for a long time for having their own sororities. The AKA was mad at the queens, bitch. Their hair was cuter and everything. But no disrespect to the AKAs, but some of y'all, I really want y'all to sit in my chair. But like,
the truth is the truth.
Like, I think it's dangerous. Back to your question, I think it's dangerous though, because with the fraternities, there's a lot of testosterone that's going on there, and a lot of shit happen in those fraternities. So with you being a female, like, you gonna have to be able to hold your own because shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And that hazing and, like, you know, it's dangerous. I think you have the right to make that decision for yourself, but you to understand what can go along with that. Because, baby, some of these fraternities, especially the ones of privilege, they do a lot of shit they get away with anyway. What do you think is going to happen to you in that house?
Speaking of the fraternity situation, there was recently, I was trying to find the picture, and I couldn't find the picture for tonight's show. There was a guy who pledged Alpha fraternity, a male fraternity, the black and gold. Went through everything as a boy and got in, crossed over.
And then he transitioned.
And then he decided to take a picture with his Alpha scarf on, his tassel, his hat or whatever, a pink woman's pantsuit, some 6-inch heels.
Oh, the heels! I saw that picture.
And nails.
They told his ass. They told him up. They told his ass up.
And a purse. And it was a big fuss about it.
It's a whole bunch of them in there. They just only keep their purses in the closet with them heels, girl. It's a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of alphas, a whole bunch of Q dogs.
They were so annoying in college. They just walked around barking.
Q dogs, honey. Listen, let me tell you about Q dogs.
But them alphas, they are them what they call the alphas? They hoes. They hoes.
No, that's the Kappas.
That's
the Kappas. That's what I meant. The Kappas.
And then you got the Sigmas.
Yeah.
Deltas.
And the Q dogs, the Omegas, they just dogs.
I mean, they like to play, honey. They sure do, cause baby. I saw that. I mean,
I wish you had a picture because I want to see that myself.
I was looking for. I saved it, but I couldn't find it. I was looking for it for like an hour in my phone.
Oh my God! It was I just saw it not that long ago.
What you drinking?
Me?
It look good.
2 cups up there.
2 cups up there.
Q dog juice.
Ooh.
Q dog juice.
On this podcast.
That sounds like a good Friday night.
Hold on. T Savage, you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Ooh.
Okay, so guys, we were supposed to start the Dear A.T.L tonight, but we're actually going to start it on Tuesday. Email us your situations via email. Let us know what you need advice on. We'll keep you anonymous, confidential. Your information will never be shared. Your name will never be revealed. We're going to email TheAnthonyBrownShow at gmail.com, and we will respond live on the show. We'll try to get back to you within 24 hours.
Yes.
Yes, and we're gonna get this trend. Now, if you saw this cotton, don't come on here writing no letters because you might get your feelings hurt. Because we're gonna give you the real.
Oh.
So make sure you can handle and digest what might come at you. You can't be in your feelings if you write us.
Dear A.T.L, honey.
Feelings
for her daddy, but y'all didn't read my letter.
What you say, TeAma?
What, TeAma? Girl, I had the whole Savon girl.
TeAma, what you said, TeAma?
I sent in my letter telling y'all that I wanted to trade in my best friend for her daddy, but y'all didn't want to read.
Girl, shut up. You ain't getting my daddy. We're not going to keep doing this. This girl been asking my daddy since we was like, 9, 10?
Oh. So, T Savage, what was it like to have such a striking father where your friends was trying to become your stepmama?
Oh my God, he a pastor, so I don't know what Teama got going on.
On me,
She want that holy strike.
She wanted to be prayed upon.
She want that holy thrust.
Let me tell you,
I'm trying to keep my buzz down, please.
Y'all a whole mess.
That's Teama.
Whole
she want that holy thrust.
Anyway, y'all make sure y'all send in y'all letters and y'all emails and stuff. Try not to wait till the last minute too, but I mean, you know.
Yes, definitely. You send the emails.
And congratulations, you guys, on having a goalie gummy code. Yes, God, y'all moving right on up, bitch.
Yes,
goalie.
Yes. We need to make a song now. Come get your goalies.
Hey, yes. That was a cute commercial.
Fine, you'll be strolling. Looking sexy. Just like me. Hey.
Okay.
I'm gonna write a jingle now. Goalies don't hire me.
Okay. So Teama, let them know what happens when we hit 5,000 subscribers.
Not a damn thing.
Start off with this, Teama. Start off with this. Shots. Yeah, let me get my control out of the refrigerator. Yes.
Everybody.
1,000 subscribers. Legacy gonna take it off and show you his body that he been working so hard on.
He gonna show us his body.
His body.
Hold up, Legacy.
Is it gonna be in the onesie?
Oh, that looked like that was a short set. Wait a minute, was that a short set with suspenders? One off the shoulders. Let me see it again. Why was you giving me stripper tees? Was you stripping back then?
Oh my God.
I ain't even feel lie. I didn't feel like look.
To them too.
I don't want to mess with our friendship, but baby, if I would have met you back then, I probably would have tried to be a baby mama too. I'm not comfortable with him being with my child without me being there too.
No, hey, it makes me feel some type of way.
It makes me feel some type of way because I want to be able to sneak in that room at night. Like that's all I'm trying to say. Like,
what movie Beloved say want him to touch on your inside parts
and scream my name.
Oh my God,
beloved, beloved.
But
girl, and then look and remove Legacy the Great so I can talk about him like he in the room. Girl, it look like he had a cute little piece too. And like look at the muscles and stuff.
He's gonna be Legacy. He's gonna be a dream.
Look at that. Like I almost feel like I can see it sticking out on the other side. Oh, wait. Legacy, that's how the women feel when y'all be looking at us like that, talking about our titties and our booties.
Oh my goodness.
Legacy, lift up your shirt.
No.
Show a little something.
He said 5,000 subscribers first.
Thinking that much if you ain't gonna just be like,
listen, Savon, don't listen to them. But I
don't listen to him, Savon.
I have dropped from 225. I am at 209 right now.
It's all right.
Show them what you got.
Show me what you're working with. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. Hey, attention, all y'all pleasant people.
I also want to remind everybody and out there in the viewership world that the month of July, we're going to take the month of July off for vacation. So we'll be back in August.
Okay. So season what? 2, season 3?
We're not going to be extinct because we'll still be here during the daytime because we still have the midday tea and of course we have the Anthony Brown Show, the midday tea. We still have our daytime channel, midday tea. We still have the Anthony Brown Show. So We'll still be here during the day doing random stuff, but as far as our nighttime show on Tuesdays and Fridays, we're gonna take the month of July off to recuperate, to revamp ourselves, to come back bigger, better than we was before. Probably change up the theme song, get a new video, new commercial. Come up with some new topics. Some topics are going to come back because they were so interesting and so intriguing. So we're going to bring some of the topics back, but some topics are going to be brand new.
I got a question.
Yes.
How in the hell? Oh, never mind. I answered my own question.
What was that?
Also, I'll be able to join in July for that midday tea because I'm only working from 7:30 to 12:30. So I will be definitely in the building for that. As long as it's at 12:30, after 12:31, because I got to get that check in the morning. But after that,
come on, check.
July. I don't got to remind the one in the middle. She already know it.
What you say, Teama?
Check.
I say, remember my birthday in July.
Birthday in July?
Yes, July 20.
You damn sure better get it right. I'm gonna throw
July 93 11. Okay.
11.
Anyway,
11.
Okay, Jazmine, let us know where we can find you and reach out to you if they want to contact you. they can find you behind you.
I'm about to say what.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and on my YouTube channel at Jazmine Divine, spelled the way that it's spelled here, JAZMINEDIVINE. I had an amazing evening, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Thank you for coming. When is your show on?
Thank you, Jazzy.
Sunday at 7 p.m. and on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. Everybody's favorite auntie, Miss Savon.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, bitch, I look cute tonight. Hold on. Y'all, let me first of all, let me go on and shout out and let y'all know that this unit was purchased by my niece, purchased from my niece, Beauty by Onyx. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook, honey. She also styled me with this good old top tonight, honey. I just had to come be cute. Listen, y'all can't find me anywhere right now other than the Savon Experience on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. However, I'm taking a little break, y'all. I'm enjoying some much needed time to myself. So I don't really have any shows going on right now. I'll definitely, if you want to subscribe to my page, you can. I'll definitely will be doing cameos on other folks' pages and stuff of my partners, my peers. But I'm chilling. I'm taking a break. I've been going strong for this whole pandemic, and now I just want to be chillax. I don't want to have to do all this right now. So you can find some of my older stuff on YouTube, and I'll drop some things out for my members if you're a member. But that's about it.
Okay. Awesome.
And I am excited to be here. I love the A.T.L show. This is my family.
I love y'all too. I'm glad
love
you
you
here.
But I want to see that Kids of Legacy again.
Some light on that conversation. I want to be politically incorrect.
I can appreciate that. You guys have always, made sure that you showcase multiple views.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all you can do. Somebody's still going to be upset. That's all right, girl. Take a Tylenol, honey, and chill out, girl. Go get some dick or some poom, whatever you need, and calm down. It'll be all right. But I'm still not letting my niece wrestle with Suddenly Susan.
I hear that. Anything else, you ladies, guys, would like to say before we close the show?
Well, I'd like to appreciate Jazmine and Savon for coming out again. Y'all always.
Oh, he likes me. Oh my God.
Always enhance our show. I definitely want to thank my two ladies, TeAma and Savage, for coming out. Our gracious host Tony for doing what he normally do every week, day in and day out. Just want to thank everybody for being able to see different.
Hold on.
This podcast for me.
The TV while you talking. That's rude.
It might be feedback, Savon.
It might be legacy.
Y'all always want to blame me.
He normally one with the bad Wi-Fi.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Well, praise God from whom all the blessings flow. Okay.
Ooh, she
Praise
is
God.
a savage.
But I just want to just thank everybody for just being, especially being on this podcast for me is therapeutic. Whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, just to be able to have a group of people that can come together to disagree or agree and be able to get off of it and learn from each time that we are together is, I think, what could change everybody's life, because we don't agree with each other every day and we don't like each other a lot of the time. But to be able to get past that and continue to love each other regardless of sex, color, creed, or whatever, and continue to move forward in life. I think I heard Jazmine say earlier, life's too short to be holding on to shit that don't even matter.
Ooh,
so
absolutely.
Just continue, and this is for everybody on the podcast, continue to strive to be the best that you guys can be. I'm gonna do the same, and that's it. A.T.L. hope.
Tuesday's show is going to be definitely come back Tuesday to watch the show. The Tuesday show is going to be, we're interviewing the parents of LGBT children to get the parents' perspective. So we're going to have several parents that has LGBT children on the show, and we're going to chat it up with them.
Well, make sure, honey, Angela Stanton ain't on here.
Girl, I was just gonna say.
I'm gonna be on here.
Cause baby, if you get her on here, honey, it's gonna be a girl fight, a punk fight, everything fight. Cause they gonna tear her ass up.
I still need to meet her one good old time.
Girl, I don't know who that is.
Girl, you consider yourself blessed.
Well, leave it that way.
Leave it that way, honey. Do yourself a favor, honey, because she's a whole mess.
Definitely.
A whole mess.
She don't want no smoke.
She
not even a little bit.
No.
She needs some.
Now this how she say she don't want no smoke. She ain't gonna help me none with Melanie when she get on here next week. What?
Miss Mel? Oh no, baby. I'm Miss Mel. I yield.
Not yield.
Yep. How you doing, church? I yield. Yeah.
I yield. Oh.
Anything legacy?
A.T.L.
Give it to him, TeAma.
A.T.L. ho.
You know.